While you're reading this disclaimer, don't forget to subscribe, tap that like button, and blow kisses towards your trading charts in hopes it'll help your trading session today. And welcome back for another Trading Rewind. Today, we're going to be going over, this is Monday, August 5th, 2024. We're going to be going over NASDAQ Futures, and I'm going to be just taking this really a minute at a time, give or take, to show you what I do in the situations, what I'm looking for, what are my confluences, what are my strategies, and everything as we go through. The one thing to keep in mind here that was pretty recent is, and let me actually back up. I have this rewound to 9 a.m., which is generally speaking between 8:30 and 9 a.m. Eastern is when I'm awake, having my breakfast, drawing out order blocks, looking at all of my futures on my list here. I use Tradeovate is my broker, and I don't do any prop firms or anything like that. I'll probably do a video about why I'm not personally working with prop firms at this particular moment, but the long and short of it is all of my prep work, my pre-market work is done about a half an hour before the market opens. It's done. So about 9 a.m. Eastern, I'm ready to go. And I've got some things kind of drawn in here. And what I was going to get into here was the fact that this Monday morning was right after the Tokyo market just crashed. Like everything just went crazy low. Let's put it that way. I mean, if I grab my ruler here, if I kind of look from here to just say the bottom of this order block here, what is that? 1,000 points. The NASDAQ went down. I mean, that's kind of a big jump. You know what I mean? So all that being said, let's get into it. Let's just jump in. I'm going to go back to the minute timer here, and I'm just going to hit play. We're probably taking a minute by minute as we get to 9:30 here. Now, the weird thing, I don't want to say the weird thing, the unusual thing that I see here is there's this much price movement coming right before the open. So we haven't quite hit the open at 9:30 yet, which is here. But it's not surprising that the prices come down, hit this red order block. Red has a lot of weight to it. It's a 4-hour order block. So these are magnets where the price usually will go to and then bounce off of, which is exactly what happened here. But this yellow one is a 15-minute order block. So if I go back to the 15-minute timer, you can see here that this yellow box was drawn. It's actually not drawn very well. Drawn around the bottom of this solid part of the candle here for that last upward direction green candle. So what can happen here institutions institutions, banks, hedge funds, and stuff sell off. So right before the open, if we come up and we tap this order block, I'd be potentially looking for a sell. Now, NASDAQ, I'll typically trade with a 100 tick stop. So I'm going to have a sell ready right here to show you that. In case I decide to use it, I will have a 100 tick stop on a buy as well. So this is the long and this is the short. Let's see what we're going to end up doing here. And I'll just move this over where I'd enter the trade basically. So again, we're before the open here. Could I potentially get in a trade here? Possibly. If I was, I would be in as soon as this closes solid past this this green line. I'd probably get in, but this already is crazy volatile. I'm seeing before the open large candles, a good chunk of wicks coming off of the order block. Which again, coming off the order block, we could see that, but I'd be looking for a solid close. So I'd want to do something like this. So if this solid closes above that, that would be my entry. And there you go. So, so basically would have gotten in right around there. I wish I could do the 15 second, but I already did my rewind on that. So I'd be looking at something like this. Now, if this doesn't come back and break this high right here, let me just get this ready. Since I don't want to adjust these boxes to show you what my risk reward stop ratio and everything is, I'm just going to use these lines here as what my stop loss and take profit would be. So I can't remember if I used blue or purple, but I'll just say blue. This is my stop loss, and I'll do another one is purple for my take profit. I'm going to set my take profit, which I could honestly just move this here. I'd set my take profit basically right at where this order block starts, right there. So again, I don't even know if you can see that. I'll move it maybe a little bit below the order block just in case. So that would be a plus 3.46 risk reward ratio. Take about 0.2, 0.25 maybe out for commissions, fees, all that kind of stuff. We're still over a 3 times risk reward. So that's the goal. If I risk 100, I want to make $1,000. I'm sorry. If I risk 100, I want to make 300. If I risk $1,000, I want to make 3,000. So we're starting to see it to slow. Again, I'd be moving my stop loss back to a little bit above break even right now. This could come right back down and take that out. We'll see. Oh, it wicked, but it didn't go by. Let's see if it goes by this time. Nope. Now we're getting close to the open. This could shoot in either direction. Yeah, exactly. So would have gotten stopped out right there. Hopefully, again, there wouldn't have been too much slippage. Should have been out at around break even, a little bit higher than that to cover any of the fees and stuff like that. So boom, I'm out. That trade, I'm going to count as a zero, a break even. Not going to even worry about it at this point. So got taken out of there. Let's see what happens. Down we go. Now, again, because of this huge momentum, this loss right here, typically when I see a red cloud, I'd only be looking for sells. But we had a little bit of a green cloud here, which is why, in this green pivot point, which is why I was looking for a buy. Now that we've broken a new low past here, we're at the open, we're getting lots of volume. Let's see if we come down and I'm going to look for one of two things. I'm going to look for, let me see if I can get my path drawn here. So if we come down, it looks like we're already tapping this this order block. If we come down, tap the order block, it could shoot back up. The other thing that might happen is if we come back down, it's already tapped the order block and come back up. But if this retests the order block and blows by it, I'd be looking for it to retest. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'd be looking for it to retest as we get into the order block, the top of the order block before potentially shooting back down. So if we see this bounce and start to come back up, we could see this go all the way back up towards the order block. So let's see what happens the next minute. We shot right up. Now let's see what happens when we hit this order block. Wow, we blew right by it. Didn't even tap it and reject. Blew right by it. So now I'm not looking for this anymore. I'm not seeing any of my trades line up yet. Let me actually go back to the 15-minute. This already broke, so I can bring this back and go from there. So let's see what happens. Because this has already been mitigated. I could delete it, but again, it might come back and retest the bottom of it. So I'm just going to keep that box there as a reference. And let's see what happens here. So we're going straight up. We are flying up. So are we going to break this high? Again, this is not a take profit because I'm not in a trade. Are we going to break this high? Wow. Flying up again. Huge rejection, though. Where did that rejection happen? Somewhere in here. Which, again, there's liquidity there, but I wouldn't have expected a big rejection on that. So we're a little unpredictability around here. Now we're coming back down. Let's see if we now, as we're coming back down, we are in a green dot, green cloud. I'm looking for buys. I'm going to bring this guy back. Right? Now, if I was a little crazy, I could have tried to get in here. I would have gotten taken out more than likely right here at the bottom of that. That's a little bit much. I'd rather see it go in the direction it wants to go in, come back and retrace a little bit, and then let's see if it taps or crosses this indicator line. It didn't do either. And we've got a wick back up. So, again, little indecision. Not sure where this is going. See, it's come down. It's almost tapped it twice, and we've gone back and retested that high. And then it's gone past it. It's just wicked past it. Let's see if it taps this order block. Cool. So now, I'm seeing a lot of movement here. There's a lot of volatility. These are huge candles. Trying to use this 100-point stop might not be a good option for today because of this crazy volatility. So I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to do 200 tick stops. I say ticks sometimes. I say points. I mean the same thing. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to do a 200 pointer just to be a little bit more thorough. Now, I'm sorry, not a little more thorough, a little more little less risk. Let's put it that way. So let me get rid of my fake take profit line here. So now we've hit this order block. Could this order block reject? If this was a red, more weighted 4-hour order block, I'd consider potentially doing a trade like this. But we've had so much momentum up, and when this closed, it was not a solid red. I'm not looking for any sells here. I mean, it could hit this, come back down and tap our indicator line again, but I'm doubting it. I really doubt it at this point. And we're already tapping this order block, so I'm just going to move this guy back to here, and let's see what happens in the next minute here. Still pushing through the order block. Again, we're wicking in both directions, a little bit of consolidation. Are we going to bounce? I'm looking for a solid down. So again, it's more solid down, but even this is risky because it could come back up, retest that part of the order block or this high, and immediately take us out. So again, you could get in this with a 500 tick stop, but that's so risky. It's just so risky. And it's not even coming down to test our indicator line. And here's the thing is we had all this downward movement. Look at all this. The buyers could come back up and want to go and retest this red 4-hour order block up here. So let's see, again, what I'm going to look for. Just like what we had down here at this order block, it's come up, it's tested the order block. We're coming back down. It's now needing to retest the order block at least, hopefully at the top of the order block. And then it still might come down, test the bottom, and then continue up. But I'm looking for at least a test. So now that we are, in the middle of potentially going back up, could I get in this trade here? Sure. But what if it doesn't continue? Then we're looking for it to go to the top and then immediately shoot back down. I'm not going to draw it. But what does this mean? We're going to at least test the bottom of the order block again right here. So if I get in, a little risky, I'm going to either get out or move my stop loss as quickly as possible to the bottom of this yellow box. So let's just, again, I'm going to assume I got in right here because we got a lot of wicks, a lot of price rejections right here. 4 candles in a row where we rejected that bottom. And I know if I enter now, my 200 tick stop loss is going to be right below it, right? So again, I'm looking to enter. Let's see what happens. Not looking the best. Even though this is higher, we haven't broken these highs either, so I might get stopped out right here. Not looking good. Let's see where we're at. Then again, another rejection. I might, especially with this kind of a close, I might look to be getting out of this trade. This looks ugly. Well, look at that. I am glad I did not say I'm out. So at this point, my +3, we're not at a +3 yet. I might be, watching that fly up for that hour and freaking out because now I'm like, oh God, I want to move my stop loss to the bottom of this order block just in case. But if I was going for a +3, my take profit is literally right here. I might have set it to a +3.2 to make sure I get a +3 even after my fees and stuff. So should I set a take profit there? Sure, I could. And this is all dependent upon what your particular strategy is. So what do I mean your particular strategy, your particular goal, what you want to do on the day. If you're all about, let me get a +3, and as soon as I hit that goal, if I risk 100, I made $300. If I risk 1,000 to make, if I risk 1,000 to make $3,000, that +3, am I done for the day? Or am I going to keep trading? Or if I have a +3, I'm willing to risk 2 of those 3 to just keep the trade going and see if we're going to continue to this 4-hour order block. Now, for me, this is the first trade of the day. I know there's going to be lots of big movements, but they can go in both directions. So, if this is Monday, I'd probably be out just with a single 1 to 3. If I was a little bit riskier, if last week was really good, I might say, you know what, I'm going to set my take profit for a little bit below this order block to make sure it closes, and let's let it play out. So I'm going to just keep this 3.25 here and see what happens. So that already gotten out, so I can, if you were in a +3, you're already out of the trade immediately. So I'm just going to hit go and see what the heck actually happens here. Now, if I hadn't already, I would have set my stop loss to break even right here. would have gotten taken out, would have lost that, you know, that $3,000 or whatever. And really, if I was at a 1-to-1, I should have had my stop loss here, but I didn't say it, right? Didn't say it at all. So, you know, I would have just lost, you know, not lost the trade, but been at it break even or what have you. So let's see now, is it going to break this low? It does not. It rejects. So now if we go above, we've come back, we've blasted through this 15-minute order block, so I'm going to just get rid of that. We've retested the bottom of here, and we've come back up. If we close solid above this line again, I'm getting in for another one. So let me create another long 200 tick stop. And again, I want to have these already ready and ready. You know, as soon as I get taken out, I would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to remake this. So, you know, I'm not just doing it on the fly for the heck of it. If this recloses above, and honestly, like, the rule is above this indicator line, but because I know there was a resistance here at this order block, I'd like to see it honestly break the order block. So I might just create a limit order, something like that, something along those lines. And there it hit it. Ooh, immediately rejected though. And because we would have been in here, it came back and it rejected. We were luckily not taken out. Let me actually see if I can move this without, yeah, okay. So you saw the entry here. This could have easily, if I was on a 100 or even a 150 stop, would have been out, would have been taken out, over. And this is why we wait for a solid close above the line, by the way. We wick down, wicked above it. We're kind of above it now. I could have gotten it at the end of this this one. So, but because we had already gone more than 80%, almost like 99% of our stop loss, I should, by my trade rules, move my take profit, which is this thing right here. I would have moved that to around break even. I would have probably gotten out of this trade if I had entered here, seeing it go back down 80-90%. Assuming I waited to get in on the solid above, let's see if I even would have gotten in there. Cool, so we're here. This can, again, shoot down at any time. I don't want to set my stop loss at around break even. So the rule for that is if I'm close to or around a 1-to-1, which is right about here, stop loss to break even. Out. So that's another trade. That's a trade that I could easily say is a minus 0.2, something like that. Again, I didn't count the plus 0.2 over there. So again, we're around break even. So I'm not seeing anything that I like here because, you know, we just finally broke this low. We never broke that high. So I'm going to let this sucker run. See if we break a new high. So at this point, I'm looking at other pairs. Typically, I would take my indicator, a line like this, and I would click on this alarm or alert button, and I'd say, you know, when it breaks this new high, give me an alert. Hey, cool, we just wicked it. Now let's come back down. Will it break this low? It did not. So this is one again where I might get in here. I don't honestly like it. So whenever I see up, down, up, down, up, down, consolidation, I don't even want to touch this crap. You know, like, so again, I'm not saying this is a get in this trade or whatever. See, it's like, it's way too volatile. It's way too risky. Like, what am I trying to do? It's going to come back up here and tap here. And this is my take profit right here. No, like that's not even a 1-to-1. Yeah, it's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm going to have clear direction when I get in a trade. And actually, just for the heck of it, I'll leave it here just to see if it even does that. I wouldn't risk it. Yeah, that would have taken me out. You could be one of those crazy people that get into a trade and don't even set a stop loss knowing that, oh, it's probably going to go up, right? No, it's stupid. Don't do that. In my opinion, bad idea. So now it looks like we're heading back up, but we have not broken this high yet. So some traders would be like, oh, well, this is the high. I'm going to take this and do this. Right here around this high, I'm going to sell. Could that work? Maybe. Or you can get stopped out pretty quickly. It didn't even enter me in that trade. So again, I'm seeing a lot of consolidation here. I'm not touching this. I'm setting an alert right here to let me know if it breaks this low. I'm setting another alert right here, maybe even probably right here, to see if it breaks that high. So let's see which one breaks first. That low got broken right here, but it didn't break that low. Tapped that high. Oh, look, we're going back up. Now is where it gets a little funky, because if we had gotten back in and out of a lot of these trades here, like that one, we did. That was a break even. This was another solid close or a movement above the indicator line. Might have, could have, would have, should have got in this one. That could have been a plus, 0.3 after fees and stuff like that. But if I had gotten in at this solid close again, that would have been 3 trials where I would have been around a break even, maybe lost a 0.5, right? But could have taken off right here. Now, again, I didn't say we were in it. But I'm going to show you, like, as if I was. I'm not going to count it. If I was in this trade, how I'd be doing things. So at this point, my stop loss would be moved up from here. From here to here. So I'm going to get at least a 1-to-1, hopefully, out of this. Let's see if she keeps going up. Go up. It's got to break that high. I might be looking to get out. Did I get a +3 already? Yeah, I'm already at a +4. Probably would have, if I didn't take a +4 there, would have taken it again as soon as I saw this go back up. But for me, if I had already had a +3 for the day and I'm willing to risk a little bit more, my stop loss is now here. Let me just move it there. There. That's my stop loss. And the take profit's still going to be up at this this order block here. So let's continue. All right, got taken out there. That was a +2. Not bad. I'll take it. At this point, I'm not looking for sells. We've been moving up. We got a green cloud. We've been doing all sorts of move up, right? But because we have clear direction and we're not clear, as crazy volatile, these huge candles like at the open, I might switch back to 100 or 150 point stop loss. I'm not. I'm gonna stick with the 200 for the heck of it. Or maybe, you know what? I'll split the difference. Let's just do 150 and see what the heck happens here. So now again, we hit a new low, took us out of that trade. I'm looking for another solid cross of that. But here's the thing. Starting to see a channel start right here. If it breaks that channel, I might be looking for a sell with or without a red order block, but we'll see. So now we broke this new high. Again, potentially could have gotten in it here, especially with this big push, knowing that it was going to go at least back up to here. But nah, I don't think I would have gotten in that. Now if this starts to take off. Okay, so I can't do it. When I see stuff like this, if I go to the 15-second and all of these orders are right on the 15-second indicator line right here in green, I'd be in it. So again, I just preface that with, if I'm in it, let's just pretend I was in it there at that point. See, now I didn't say, I got in it right here. I'm going legit. I didn't know it was coming next, right? So now, again, I am setting my take profit for up here. Hopefully get a +7 out of this. My stop loss is now back at break even. So this is a risk-free trade, maybe a little 0.2, whatever, to make sure my stuff doesn't get taken out. Oh, did we hit it? Right. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me actually just do this real quick. I want you to see the stop loss wasn't there. It wasn't hit. Hopefully I was zoomed in enough for you guys to see that. There was still a gap there. Tiny one, a couple of points. Very, very lucky. But if this is a 0.2, yeah, wow. That is almost exactly. That is crazy. Hold on. Wow. So if I had that set to a 0.2, I might have gotten taken out. It's difficult for me to see. Nope. Wow. So I guess I put my blue line exactly where the 0.2 was, and it just barely missed. Let me just, for all the naysayers, look at how close that was. That's insane. All right. So moving back into this, well, it'll probably hit it on the next candle anyway, right? Yeah, done. Out of that now. Here's the thing: is like, could I get back in? Whatever. Didn't lose anything on that trade. Fine. But where would I be looking to get back in? I'd look for a solid close again above that line. So again, another trade. Nope, didn't do nothing. Adam, we missed this big push. Yeah, it's okay. Not worried. So now we're looking at sells. Red pivot, red cloud. Of course, right after I just deleted it, right? We're going to go back to a 200 tick stop. which is a 150. Whatever, I'll just leave it and see what happens here. So I'm looking to come back up to the indicator line. We've crossed it again up. Let's see. This is still, now we're heading back up. So a lot of consolidation here. A lot of consolidation. So again, I traded a lot in the morning, +3 so far, another +2. So I'm at a +5 for the day, give or take. Not a huge deal if we trade or not anymore. Let me get this out of the way. I don't want to confuse you. So the reason why I'm just kind of going past this is there's no clear direction which way this is going. You can see we have the clouds changing colors back and forth, the pivot points and everything. It looks like we just kind of wicked a new low right here. This might come back up to retest. Not really. So again, this is one of those things where, like, after this solid, should I have gotten in here maybe? Possibly. But honestly, like, there's still been so much momentum up. I don't know if I want to even test this coming back down. Now, if this comes back up and rejects this top again and comes back down, might have a decent entry. So now we're wicking again, right? So when I see this, this is close to my express elevator strategy, where I'm looking at this right here of consolidation, my express elevator. We've tested down. Is it going to test back up? Somebody's hitting the down button. People are waiting to go down. Hey, but what about the people ready to go up? Well, we haven't even wicked the top of that consolidation area yet. Will we retest the top? We did. Now, which closed more solid, this or this? Tough to say. Let's see if it tests the bottom again. So, oh man, we're seeing another grouping, of express elevator. Now we're testing back down. It's retesting this low. Will it retest that low? It did. Now at this point, if I hadn't already gotten in a sell here, I'm going to have to wait for this to potentially pull back. Yeah, after a pause, that might have been a good entry. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Okay, so now I see a pullback. Now I'm looking for entry. I'd say, okay, fine. We're potentially moving back down. I'd probably be looking to get in here. Now, I might get stopped out immediately. We'll see. Now, if we pass this, we'll be in good shape, and this could be a nice trade here to end the day on. If not, probably not so good. Considering that the end of the day is within this period of time, after all of the buys, now we're getting all the sells of everybody that purchased earlier in the day. This could drop like an anvil. This could just close way back up. I'm stopped out. Oh, I didn't say it. Break even. Whenever we're at 1-to-1, I said it before. If we're at 1-to-1, we want our stop loss back to break even. So stopped out again at this trade. Now, if we see it come back down to the indicator line, potentially get back in it. Nope, because we got a new high. We did get a new high here. It came back up and retested. This would have to break this low, but with as late in the day it is, I wouldn't chance this at all. This is ugly consolidation up and down. Don't trade the chop. Yeah, this is a mess. It's a mess, and that'll do it. It's the end of the trading day. Maybe like, oh, Adam, but we could have had this, could have had that. Well, maybe, or maybe your trade doesn't close. After the market's already closed. Right. So, anyways, that is it for this particular day. I'll go back and do some more trainings for everybody, but hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you kind of got an idea of where the entries were, and you saw I didn't keep them in here, but you saw probably 3 or 4 other trades that were break even, or maybe in slight losses, So I might have ended at a +4 instead of a +5 throughout the day. Most of the trades came in the morning, the first 2 hours of the open, and we made some money. Now, if I was a little more patient and I had kept this down here, just waited for that pullback to end, that could have been a +4.7 if I put my stop loss there. Obviously, I didn't know where this high was going. I would have, again, thought it was going to close up here. But, yeah, we're going to take that as a +2, I think I said. Yep, somewhere around there. So that is it. Hope you guys enjoy this, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.